Welcome to the CA Database Management for DB2 for ZOS video on the Object List Manager utility. In the beginning, everything was easy and simple, but today is a different story. Today we see that the number of administrative tasks in DB2 is growing constantly. There are more database objects, more referential integrities, and the volume of the objects are getting bigger and bigger, which makes the daily process of maintenance much harder. In a complex environment, it's very difficult to survive without tools to help make the different tasks easier to accomplish. It's crucial to protect critical resources to prevent list definitions from not being accessible or changing, or even being deleted. When you manage lists for many maintenance configurations, a situation where something goes wrong with a list could be very serious. And because of that, to make your job safe, and to avoid potential difficulties with object management lists, don't wait until your tasks are too complex to maintain. It may trigger expensive business interruptions. Why not store your object lists in dedicated DB2 tables? Using Object List Manager, you can create, maintain, and use database object lists. Definitions for the object lists are permanently stored in a set of DB2 tables. Defining an object list once and reusing it multiple times or in multiple places saves time and reduces the chance of human error when performing backups or recoveries. Object List Manager can be used with various CA utilities such as CA Quick Copy, CA Fast Recover, CA Merge Modify. Abstract database object specifications such as wildcards, filters, and all partitions are resolved the moment an object list is used. All of these features are waiting for you in the Object List Manager utility. Let's now talk about the technical details of operating the Object List Manager utility. To make syntax easier to understand, let's spend a few seconds discussing rules for selecting and filtering objects. The Object List Manager has three stages of include-exclude processing. The first stage is responsible for the base selection. The second stage is responsible for base expansion. And the third stage plays an important role restricting different types of objects in the Object List Manager object lists. Let's take a look at how it works with DB2 objects. In every site, there are table spaces and index spaces. In Stage 1, base selection specifies which objects to include in a list with the include or exclude control statement. This stage is mandatory. In Stage 2, you can specify the following expansion options in your include or exclude control statements. In Stage 3, you can include the following object type restrictions in your include, exclude, list, and export control statements. And finally, you store your lists in Object List Manager tables. As you can see, the syntax for the Object List Manager is quite intuitive. To make your lists, you use base selection, expansion options, and type restriction. If you really like the list def format, you can also export your Object List Manager lists to list def format. Once we have our list created, we can export the Object List Manager list to the list def format using the export keyword. Do not forget to define the output dataset. After exporting Object List Manager list, you will get a list def list that is ready to use. Or you can easily pass the listed output to the next step in a job by defining a temporary dataset and passing it to the next step of the job. Easy, right? As it was mentioned before, you can use the Object List Manager list in other CA products very easily. Just insert the special keyword for one of the utilities to read the objects stored in the Object List Manager tables. For dynamic lists with wildcards, Object List Manager will expand the list of objects when the command is invoked. In this example, the keyword object list for CA Quick Copy was used. CA Quick Copy will use the user01.listAccountList For more information on how to use the Object List Manager utility in CA Tools, visit our website. New, cool features coming soon. If you have questions or ideas, please let us know. To make your job easier, let's go back to the beginning. CA Technologies.